Part 72. Bible Prophets, Births, Deaths. This research pertains to births and deaths of major Bible prophets. It must be noted that all prophets and titles are entities. Dates presented describe one or more members with literal names. The following informations were extracted from the Great Bible Fiasco. Adam. Bible lists 3 Adams: first, second, and last or third Adam. 1 Corinthians 15:45. So also it is written, the first man, Adam, became a living soul. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. 1 Corinthians 15:47. The first man is out of the earth, earthly. The second man is out of heaven. First Adam, Vespasian, born 17th of the 11th, 9 CE, died 23 of the 6th month, 79 CE. 1 Timothy 2:13. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. Adam entity was formed first. Second Adam, Eve. Titus, the second man, was the second Adam. Titus, born 30th of the 12th, 39 CE, died 12th of the 9th, 81 CE. 2 Kings 15:13. Shallum, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 39th year of Uzziah, the king of Judah, and he reigned 1 month in Samaria. 30th of the 12th, 39 CE, Titus was born. 1 Timothy 2:13. For Adam was formed first, then Eve, the second Adam entity named Eve. Genesis 2:18. And Jehovah God said, it is not good for the man to be alone. I will make him a helper as his counterpart. It is not good for the second Adam entity, Eve, to be alone. Third, last Adam, woman. 1 Corinthians 15:45. So also it is written, the first man, Adam, became a living soul. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. Simon, last God, last or third Adam. Born 5th of the 4th, 30th CE, died 15th of the 7th, 71 CE. Genesis 2:21. And Jehovah God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and he slept and took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. Vespasian created from Eve's entity a third entity. Genesis 2:23. And the man said, this time this is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This one shall be called woman, because out of man this one was taken. This entity created from Eve's entity shall be called woman. Adam, Eve, and woman were entities. Job 33:6. Indeed, I am before God as you are. I too was cut out of clay. 3 Adam entities were 3 God's entities. God, Isaiah 44:6. Thus says Jehovah, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, Jehovah of hosts, I am the first and I am the last, and apart from me there is no God. 3 gods, Vespasian, first Adam, Simon, last Adam, Titus, second Adam. There is no other God's entity. 3 Adams were 3 gods. Vespasian, God. Judges 12:11. Then after him, Elon, the Zebulite, judged Israel. And he judged Israel 10 years. Reign 1st of the 769 to 23rd of the 679 CE, 10 years. Vespasian was Most High God for 10 years. Titus, God. 2 Kings 15:17. In the 39th year of Azariah, the king of Judah, Menahem, the son of Gadi, began to reign over Israel. He reigned 10 years in Samaria. 23rd of the 679 CE, Titus began to reign as God. 15th of the 771 CE to 13th of the 981 CE, Titus reigned as Jesus for 10 years. 1 Kings 15:25, and Nadab, the son of Jeroboam, began to reign over Israel in the 2nd year of Asa, the king of Judah, and he reigned over Israel 2 years. 81 CE, Domitian was king. 79 to 81 CE, Titus was God for 2 years. 2 Chronicles 16:13, and Asa slept with his fathers and died in the 41st year of his reign. 14th of the 981 CE, Titus, second God, died. Simon, God, born 5th of the 430 CE, died 15th of the 771 CE. 2 Chronicles 9:30, and Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel 40 years. 1 Samuel 4:18, and he had judged Israel 40 years. 30 to 70 CE, Simon reigned as Jewish God for 40 years. 2 Chronicles 16:13, and Asa slept with his fathers and died in the 41st year of his reign. Simon died in 15th of the 771 CE, 5 p.m. He was 41 years old. Abraham, Simon, Genesis 11:26, and Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. 70 CE, the entities of Abraham, Nahor, and Haran were created. Genesis 11:29. The name of Abram's wife was Sarah. Simon's wife was Sarah. Genesis 11:30. And Sarah was barren. She had no child. Sarah had no biological child. Genesis 12:4. So Abram went as Jehovah had spoken to him, and Lot went with him. Simon took Andrew with him. Genesis 16:1. Now Sarah, Abram's wife, bore him no children, and she had an Egyptian female servant whose name was Hagar. Entity Hagar created from Sarah's entity. Genesis 16:11. And the angel of Jehovah said to her, you have now conceived and will bear a son, and you shall call his name Ishmael, because Jehovah has heard of your affliction. Entity of Ishmael created from Hagar's entity. Genesis 21:5. And Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac, his son, was born to him. Abraham, Simon, had 4 sons. Genesis 25:7. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived, 175 years. Abraham, Simon, died on 15th of the 771 CE. He was 41 years old. Acts 7:2. And he said, men, brothers and fathers, listen. The God of glory appeared to our father Abraham while he was in Mesopotamia, before he dwelt in Haran. 67 CE, Titus met Simon in Galilee. Acts 7:3. And said to him, come out from your land and from your relatives, and come into the land which I will show you. Leave Israel and come to Rome. Acts 7:4. Then he came forth from the land of the Chaldeans and dwelt in Haran. And from there, after his father died, he removed him into his land, in which you now dwell. Simon went to Rome and was crucified there. Acts 7:6. And God spoke in this way, that his seed would be a sojourner in a foreign land, and they would enslave them and mistreat them 400 years. Vespasian's covenant with Simon as Abraham. Simon was enslaved and mistreated. Genesis 25:8. And Abraham expired and died in a good old age, an old man and full of days, and he was gathered to his people. Titus and Domitian buried Simon, Abraham. Simon was 41 years old. Esau and Jacob. Genesis 25:24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. 70 CE, Jesus' entity created with two members, Esau, Simon, and Jacob, Titus. Isaac, John. Luke 1:57. Now the time was fulfilled for Elizabeth to give birth, and she bore a son. Ezekiel 8:1. And in the 6th year, in the 6th month, on the 5th of the month, as I sat in my house, and the elders of Judah sat before me, the hand of the Lord Jehovah fell upon me there. 5th of the 6th CE, Isaac, John was born. Luke 1:59. And on the 8th day, they came to circumcise the little child, and they tried to call him after the name of his father, Zachariah. John was called Zachariah. Philippians 3:5. Circumcised the 8th day of the race of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew born of Hebrews, as to the law, a Pharisee. 13th of the 6th CE, Isaac circumcision. Luke 1:60. Yet his mother answered and said, No, but he shall be called John. Isaac was called John. Acts 7:29. And Moses fled at this word and became a sojourner in the land of Midian, where he begot two sons. 30 CE, John left Tarsus and went to Israel. He had two sons, Simon and Andrew. 2 Kings 25:27. In the 37th year of the exile of Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, in the 12th month, on the 27th day of the month, evil Merodach, the king of Babylon, in the year that he became king, released Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, from prison. 27th of the 12th, 77 CE, John was put in prison. Judgment was passed for John to be executed. 2 Chronicles 16:12. And in the 39th year of his reign, Asa became diseased in his feet. His disease was very severe, yet even in his disease, he pursued not Jehovah, but the physicians. 23rd of the 6th, 79 CE, Titus began to reign. Matthew 14:10. And he sent men and beheaded John in the prison. Titus ordered Herod Agrippa II to behead John. 2 Chronicles 21:19. And in the course of time, at the end of 2 years, his bowels came out because of the illness, and he died with severe illnesses. And his people did not make a burning for him, like the burning they made for his fathers. 27th of the 12th, 79 CE. After 2 years in prison, John was beheaded. John was put in prison, 27th of the 12th, 77 CE. 1 Samuel 4:18. And when he mentioned the ark of God, Eli fell from off his seat backward by the side of the gate, and he broke his neck and died, for he was an old man and heavy. 27th of the 12th, 79 CE. Eli was John. John's head was chopped off while he was sitting. Genesis 35:29. And Isaac expired and died and was gathered to his people, an old man and full of days. And Esau and Jacob his sons buried him. 27th of the 12th, 79 CE. Isaac, John died. He was 73 years old. Genesis 35:28. And the days of Isaac were 180 years. This 180 years old is used as a decoy to trap fools.